It's beautiful again to be back with you all. Another wonderful day. Wherever you are, we are back here in the Issues Room, our 131st edition. Again, we say thank you so much for being there with us over the years, and we're just grateful that all of you can find time in your busy schedules to join us when we come here to discuss the things that matter, particularly to Liberia. Again, we say a great invitation to all of you. If you're joining us tonight, we encourage you to share the link to invite someone because the conversation tonight going to be interesting. Um, like we always say, there's nothing uh, Liberia is short of. Every morning you wake up is something new. And just in the last 24 to 48 hours, so much has taken place in our country. And when we talk about so much, we're talking about very, very important things that is happening. And the unfortunate thing is that most of those things that are happening have no credibility, uh, brings no credibility actually to the country. And so we encourage you to join us here tonight. We say thank you wherever you are. Welcome to our 131st edition. I'm Volcano Shelton with you. I will be joined shortly uh, by Moses Sandy. But in the meantime, tonight conversation will dwell around the preliminary National Housing and Population Census that was presented by Legis. And those numbers don't seem to make sense, especially for certain geopolitical regions in the country. And many people are now believing that when this government and its supporters, especially the higher ups, say that it would be a one time uh, at the polls, there would be no runoff, then we can see when places where the president is historically from in that entire region, the numbers increased in terms of population growth, uh, dead end places that in itself, creating the speculations by many people to believe that this cannot be true. In fact, this tells you that uh, the potential for rigging the elections is on the horizon. And these are the kinds of things that we'll hope that the international community that's putting their monies into our democratic process will begin to, look at it from the perspective of why and is it credible enough. We'll also look at the situation with the former Chief Justice, Gloria Musu Scott. And in fact, a lot of different platforms are discussing it. But again, this is a very, very serious matter of national concern. And so we're not going to sit by and not participate in the conversation, particularly the issues room, because we are the issues room. We are the alternative. And would like to be a part of having this conversation because we know you, our audience, will see from what perspective and you can contribute as well. So, Gloria Musu Scott, former Chief Justice, one time Senator from Maryland County, served as Justice Minister. You know, she served as National Elections Commission Chairman. So, a lot of different positions this woman has held. And there were attempts on, her compound twice before the incident that took place, you know, into yesterday morning, around 2 from the videos trending on social media that led to the death of her daughter. So we'll be looking at that and we'll be looking at some of the, uh, you know, allegations put forth by former chairman of the Truth and Reconciliation Commission, Mr. Jerome Varda, who said that he has credible information regarding the perpetrator and the masterminder. Now, Moses Sandy seems to be ready. Let me go to Moses. Moses, welcome. I'm hoping that you're not going to be going in and out tonight. If you go out again, you're not coming back. Yeah.
So, we're going to use this spoon talk strategy, right?
Yeah.
But anyway, it's always good to be in the issues room, Volcano. It's good to be back. And tonight, we come to discuss the contemporary issues. I know we have two critical issues, the most talk about issues in today's Liberia. The situation for the former Minister of Justice, Amateur Elections Commission, former Chief Justice, Republic of Liberia, Gloria Scott. And then I will also be diving into the issues the newly released result from Legis regarding the 2023 census. It's good to be back. And hey, guys, share the link. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. In fact, Thomas
Mhm.
is here tonight. Thank you, Thomas, for joining us. Forger Monyu is here. Thank you, Forger, for joining us. I can imagine how these guys do it. Because when you go to other platforms, they're there. But these are men who are very interested in the day to day happenings in the country. Because our future, the ladder of our future now, Moses, and I use the word the ladder because, man, listen, we've crossed the young lad stage, we've crossed the youth stage, we've crossed the young adult stage. We're now men, right? We're now men.
Yeah,
So
we are gradually fading out.
we
Yeah,
and so the light of our future, the rest of it is hinged upon how our country can turn out for the positive. And it's unfortunate that the Liberian people gamble the future, thousands of them, hundreds of thousands, if not millions, including the very young population that's supposed to be building the foundation for them to inherit the country, and they gamble the country of George Weah. And this guy is still asking for another 6 years with everything that is happening, Moses. This is serious stuff. And so I see people like Thomas Forger Monyu, Flomo Livingstone, Raymond Clark, all these guys, they're very concerned because it seems as though we are stuck in this conundrum, and it's scaring. So we have to hold these conversations, and it's important that they can come, to be a part of the conversation. So every time I give them the credit because it's due. Moses is due. With all our
absolutely.
audience ship, we'll just sit here like two stooges talking and talking to ourselves. So I like to say thank you so much, Thomas and Fergie and the rest of you guys, the female idea how Umbu all the way in Australia who makes the
Yeah,
time
she's
for us,
very
saying Wonderful from
dedicated,
Feeding Tower Estate.
Yeah, yeah.
Some good people always join us here. So we say thank you so much. But again, as I said, Liberia is never shy of making news. We've made news since 1847 and we're still making news. Yesterday, I am sure the country awakened to what was considered a serious attack on the former Chief Justice, Republic of Liberia, uh, Gloria Musu Scott, at her residence. Accordingly, an armed robber, as was presented, went in her home and tried to reach her, but instead, the armed robber uh, was kind of barred from reaching the old mom. However, the daughter or the kids in the house tried to, prevent that from happening, and instead, one of them got multiple stabs that led to her death, not on the scene, but accordingly, when she was taken to the hospital, she died on the way, and another one is in serious condition as we speak now. Um, this has created a loud noise across the country in the international community, and I use the word international community because Liberians out here we are in the international community. Um, the former TRC chairman Jerome Verdier took to uh, a Facebook platform, I would say a sister Facebook platform, the Spoon Talk show, and made
But
an allegation
uh,
that,
Volcano,
go ahead.
if I could just suggest something, I would say that we can bring the former chair in later. Let's delve a little bit into the crisis itself. When did it start? What got affected? Just to provide some background.
Yeah, but
Then
that's what I
later,
said.
oh,
It's
okay.
also I also said that who got affected. I talked about the two daughters, Moses.
Hmm.
You're not
Okay,
following me?
I'm
Yeah,
following.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I talked
Hmm.
about that. And what I'm trying to drive at is to say that the allegation, because first of all, it came across as an armed robbery. And so no one know who is the armed robber. Okay? But what I'm trying to drive is that then Mr. Voidia, former TRC commissioner, took the spoon.
Chair,
Yeah,
chair,
uh, I
chair
just
of
say
the
that again
TLC. Yeah.
until you pause
Hmm.
me there.
Okay.
He took the spoon and alleged that he knew the mastermind, and he named the mayor, the city mayor of the city corporation of Monrovia, Jefferson Koji. And then what happens? He named the actual doer of the act as the deputy for the Monrovia City Police at the Monrovia City Corporation, a guy by the name of Varley Teller. And I was going to bring you in if there's
Yeah.
anything
Yeah.
further you needed to know. I mean, that you needed rather to say, then you go there before I go to the video until you jump in my lane.
Okay. Sorry, sir. But
Okay.
let's help our many viewers together know who Gloria Scott is. Into this Liberia, Councillor Gloria Scott, former Chief Justice, former chair of the National Elections Commission, former Minister of Justice, uh, is a critical voice. She's one of several individuals that have spoken on a consistent basis against Mr. Weir's underperformance, the high level of dishonesty in the public sector. So we need to throw this information out there that she's a critical voice. She's also a member of the Unity Party. She's a former senator, from Maryland County. So this situation we're talking about started, weeks ago. Last month, she had the opportunity of appearing on a talk show in Monrovia and complaining to Liberians that, her home was consistently being visited by individuals attempting to get her home. Not only did she do that, she also spoke to authority. And Volcano, this is very important. This woman talked to the Minister of Justice. She reached out to the Minister of Justice, the current Minister of Justice. She reached out to the police, the Minister of Justice, and all of them. They failed to provide the needed protection that she and her family needed. We're not talking about an ordinary person here. Someone who served as Chief Justice, Republic of Liberia, former Minister of Justice, former Senator, Volcano. She complained about her safety being in danger. Our national police did nothing. They looked the other way. They never helped her. They didn't give her the help she needed when her family needed to be heard. Nobody paid attention to her situation for Volcano. So yesterday morning we woke up. There was this big news that broke out about her home being invaded by an armed robber. The armed robber, in the process, attacked one of her daughters and stabbed her to death. The other one was also critically attacked as well and hurt, and currently, as we speak, she's also admitted. The lady that was killed, her name is Charlotte. Charlotte was murdered. Um, she died while somebody tried. Our country, our situation. So we do not even have ambulance services, effective ambulance services. Somebody was trying to transport this woman, and she died in the vehicle of this person. The sister is currently admitted. Now, in the wake of this situation, Volcano, let's look at our criminal justice system a little bit. For this year, in the national budget, the 2023 draft national budget, the Liberian government allocated $102 million. I mean, not for this year. For this year, in the national budget, which is a little over 760 some more $1 million, government allocated $98 million for national security. In 2022, the government allocated $102 million. And we're talking about operational costs, salaries for individuals providing national security services. We're talking about uh, the police, the fire service, the Bureau of Correction, and the list goes on. Bureau of Immigration, the Drug Enforcement Agency, and all of those. They fall in that bracket. So we can say to some extent the government is, giving support, but yet the police remain, yet our national security remains ineffective. Our people are constantly attacked, and when they're attacked, nobody comes in to help. Maybe you want to talk about this a little bit before you bring in the video,
Okay, well, what?
or the issue of national security. Or you want to play the
Well, we
video now?
already we covered that in
Okay,
previous
yeah,
broadcasts. So
okay,
it
yeah,
is
okay.
it's not. I think
Hmm.
what the conversation is tonight is to uh,
Yeah.
follow
Hmm.
on the issue. We know that even in the context of where people continue to say that the security is underfunded, George Weah has the best security. Jefferson Koji has the best security. Patrick Sulu has the best security. Government officials in the government have the best securities. Uh, concessionaires have the best security.
In fact,
Private
most of our
companies have the
officers are stationed at
pri-
concessions. Mhm.
private securities have the best security. I mean, companies rather have the best security. So it's left to the Liberian people to put this government out so that they can have security after October 10, 2023. But again, as I said earlier before you came in, uh, Jerome Verdier, Councilor Jerome Verdier, the former chair of the Truth and Reconciliation Commission, put the blame on Jefferson Koji as the masterminder and also named the person who actually perpetrated the crime as the deputy for operations of the Monrovia City Police Force by the name of Varley Teller. So we're going to go to Jefferson Koji and hear what he says, whether he's going to agree or whether he's going to disagree with what's his name, Jerome Vardier.
Jerome Verdier. Do you hear him? Do you hear him? I'm not hearing him.
I'm hearing you, Moses. I don't.
Okay, but I don't hear him. And we can ask our audience if they are
Okay,
hearing him.
audience is
Yeah.
saying no.
Mm. Okay.
Gosh. All right. Uh, audience is saying no, so I guess we'll come back to it. Uh, just continue on with
Yeah.
what
Well,
was gathered from around Jefferson Koji
well,
press conference today.
okay. So, Mr. Koji denied the claim made by Councillor Jerome Verdier. He says that Councillor Verdier's allegation is a mere political smell campaign intended, to demonizing, So he says that um, he has contacted his legal team including lawyers in the United States and Liberia, to institute a formal legal action against the former TRC chairman, Councillor Voidia. So we all going to follow this consistently to see how far it goes, because this is a serious allegation. Councillor Voidia, spoke as somebody that was on the scene. He said he had sources like giving the information that the individual that attacked the home of the former Chief Justice, that murdered the former Chief Justice, the other, was hired and compensated by City Mayor Jefferson Koji. He also made other serious allegations, against Mayor Koji, the general mayor at the Monrovia City Corporation, the deputy for operation, who Councilor Jerome Verdio identified as Valley Tilliard as the operation man. We hope that the police, because Mayor Koji himself called on national security to investigate this allegation and come forth with the truth of the matter. But again, the WIA administration has over the years, gained notoriety, for initiating probes, and those probes are never concluded. So, as a result of that, the government has lost credibility. Whenever these things happen, no one, takes the government seriously because they make pronouncement, they initiate a process, and the finding is never made public. Take, for example, the situation involving the late Batten Newswa, the situation involving the auditors, the situation involving the EPS officer that the government claimed that shot himself 3 times in the head. There are several other secret, killings or murders that have occurred in that country, and the government says that, look, we're going to investigate, but the government never comes up with a finding, and no one has been held accountable or liable for any of these crimes. So when the government talks about prosecuting or investigating, the people of Liberia never listen. The people of Liberia never takes the government seriously because the government has come across as being unreliable, untrustworthy. That's what happens when an individual lies on a persistent basis, when an entity lies on a persistent basis, nobody trusts you anymore. So the Liberian government has credibility problem. So for Mayor Koji now to come and say he wants a probe into there, let's see whether this time around the police and the national security will step up to the place to make the difference, because the mayor's credibility has been drawn into question by a prominent lawyer of Liberia who currently resides in the United States. I think this is a serious matter. And Volcano, um, one thing I want to say rather regarding this matter is that if this could happen to the former Chief Justice, then what happens, or how do we guarantee the safety of the ordinary Liberians, the guys who are down waterside, the guys who live down Soniwen? How do we guarantee their safety? Let me give it to you.
I think this technical issue is not resolved. I
Yeah, we can
tried
just
my
move
best.
forward.
So
Yeah.
but let's continue this conversation. The question here is, it's not now. It's not the now. George Weah will one day not be president of Liberia. He has built his condominiums. He intends to stay in Liberia and enjoy collecting his rents. Okay, when he's no longer president. If this guy could squander all of his football money, right?
Mhm.
What make you to think that the one now he's getting hook or crook and stealing from Liberian people covers he's able to maintain? I doubt it. So of course he will want to be in Liberia, except he going to Jamaica for all the other properties they're building up there, or in Ghana where he got concubines and stuff like that. But the absolute truth here is that this brother will one day want to stay in Liberia. He expects security coverage.
Hmm.
And unfortunately, our country is such, I don't know of any past president who really enjoys security detail. Maybe Ellie now is, because I heard she deprived Moses Blah.
Yeah.
Moses Blah did not get security details. In fact, he couldn't afford generator I mean, or gas for a generator or
Yeah, I'm
fuel for
told
a
that he
generator.
struggled even getting gasoline.
Judy
Yeah.
Bryan,
Hmm.
Amos Sawyer. Amos Sawyer was the sitting president in Liberia, irrespective of it being interim. He
Hmm.
served the country. He helped to open the corridors for the successive state council governments. If Sawyer wanted to ban G, like we say, he would have gone back to the ECOWAS boss and said, listen, we got to go straight to elections. We're not coming to have no, small Bawati government and sitting in the place here. You getting what I'm saying, Moses?
Yeah,
We are
I
ban G
definitely
too.
I agree.
But
Yeah,
Sawyer
these are
usher
national
in the state
issues.
council government. He
Yeah,
didn't, make no issue because
yeah.
it was all in the name of peace. So let's come back to the drawing board here. You ask the question, the ordinary Liberians, but their securities are in their own hands. And there's no better time to declare the security they want to enjoy, the security they want to benefit come October 10th. And if they go back to the polls for everything that's happening, for all of these people who have been killed suspiciously, because these are not natural deaths. A man found with 3 bullets in his head, and you say he committed suicide. A man or woman sat in the backseat of a car with his pants halfway down on Broad Street. And even Prince Johnson, who knows how to kill, he said it's not possible. Prince Johnson, no, he said it's not possible. He said that those people, they got Happy Corner, they got 69th Street. If even the men were broke, you got places to go. You will not go on Broad Street to do what they claim, this government claim that it were boyfriend girlfriend stuff. Then you come to
Ninsua.
Baten Yinswa. You understand me? Then you come to the guy from the bank, Innis. So all of these people, and this poor girl that died the other day, and I was in Liberia for that incident, the Precious Cooper girl.
Mm-hmm.
So all these people, the 3 missing boys, oh, don't even go there. What did Voidia say? The 3 missing
He
boys?
said the
He says
president
the president.
sodomized them.
He
Yeah.
said the president sodomized them. He said at the appropriate time, at the appropriate time, all of these things will come to light. But I'm just trying to share your concern here that security for the ordinary people, and I will repeat myself for every Liberian listening tonight, your security lies in October 10th. Your security lies in October 10th. Your livelihood lies in October 10th. The peace and security you want to enjoy, you have to make that decision comes October 10th. You have suffered it. You have endured it for 5 years, counting to 6. This is your time. They had a time, like the king of power. Oh, this is our time. They were jumping all over the place. This is our time. If you're not in the CDC government or CDC or the coalition, in fact, you're not get job. Joel Howard Taylor declaring that kind of thing. The woman who's supposed to be vice president of the country making, that kind of statement. So I tell you this, Moses, the people will have to fight for themselves. And that fight is only in 2023 elections coming up on October 10th. That's the best way I can answer it. Because didn't come to power by the barrel of the guns, and will not leave power by the barrel of the guns. Came to power by the electorates, and will leave power by the electorates. But they have to stand for themselves.
Well, a very good point, a very good analysis. If you do the math now, Volcano, we have less than 8 months to go for elections in Liberia. And now the question that anyone will ask, from now to election, are we going to have a country where the people will feel insecure, where the safety of the people is in danger? Let's go back into the history of Liberia a little bit. I was telling somebody yesterday, and Volcano, I'm sure you're going to agree with me on that. In 1989, latter days of 1989 and early 1990, the level of murder obtaining to this Liberia. Then you and I were young men in Liberia. We saw that happening during the Samuel Kanyando administration. People were being slaughtered at night. Then I was a very young reporter at the Ministry of Information on Capitol Hill. Sometimes when we went to work, we saw individuals taken to the executive mansion in the back of vehicles, in the trunk of vehicles, and those people never returned. Never. You wake up in the morning, the next day, oh, we found this other body. Our people are our people just don't learn. What started in the latter days of 1989 laid the basis for the Civil War. And what is obtaining today, I can tell you, if this situation is not contained, the future of Liberia will remain wild bleak. I foresee crisis coming to that country. I'm not praying for one. I don't want that. You don't want that. But the level of insecurity, the level at which people are being murdered in Liberia on a consistent basis, and no one says nothing. This woman, Gloria Scott, she's not an ordinary president of Volcano, former Minister of Justice. She ran to the Ministry of Justice seeking help. They looked the other way.
Well, let's
The
focus quickly.
police,
Let's focus quickly on the girl because we already covered that. Let's
yeah,
talk about the young girl
yeah.
who
Look at her. I mean,
who have
this, yeah,
graduated. You
yeah,
know,
mhm,
you have daughters who are
yeah.
young and
Young people, yeah.
college,
Mhm.
and you're looking forward as a father to say,
As a
"Wow,
father,
you've
yeah.
done it all." And this girl just meets her untimely death at the
For no
hand of
justifiable
hooligan, at
reason,
the hand of a
yeah.
gangster,
Mhm.
at the hand of a killer, a marauding beast,
Yeah.
one who just marauds and lurk through the shadows of darkness. My brother, you have to be a killer to go into somebody's house. If you claim to be an armed robber and you just wanted to steal and you met, some kind of resistance, you will try to get out. But when you go and attack, literally attack and stabbing people,
Stop it.
I mean,
Stop the
I
gap
got images of
continuously.
the blood all over the place.
Mhm.
Then you are a killer. You can't tell me say that person that did what they did is not a killer. No one who comes from the clear blue sky don't know how to take a life will just go in. This is not accidental. This is not an isolated event because there were two instances prior to this. So
Yes.
it was building up to this moment. But look at this young girl. You know how hard it is to study, Moses. You know how hard it is to fight for a car to get to school in Liberia. And you consistently have to do that through the rain and shine. We all went to school in Liberia. We know the hustle. Some day nothing to eat, but you still gotta go. Someday you gotta walk distances to cover because even if you have the transportation, you barely can find a car. And this little young woman had endured all of those hard, days, studying in her little IT program, expected to graduate in November.
And she lost her life for no reason.
And as we speak right now, the perpetrator is nowhere to be found.
Of course.
And I would hope that the Liberian people would say, listen, the man that put the pepper spray in his eye, I show his eye not turn red like Apollo. When they see anybody with pepper spray eyeball, they gotta hold that person because they say the old man spray him with pepper spray. That was safer.
That was Ever. Yeah, he would have killed her. And to tell you that
So
there was
instead of CCTV now, we gotta
pepper
start
spray,
putting resources together to send pepper spray to Liberia for our,
people, yeah.
a female in the country.
Not only females, except for our people.
Yeah,
You know,
because at the end of I know they go after men, but sometimes they meet resistance. But my man, the other day, didn't I tell you the story? The young woman standing right there in front of the ministerial complex. The motorbike man coming down the hill from the old Zion Community College where were UP party headquarters. She waiting to cross the road. He signals her to cross the road. So she took the bait. As soon as the girl got on the road, the man had knocked the girl down with a motorbike. And right from ministerial complex, that area is dark at night because no electricity. Knocked the girl down, got down and took the girl purse and her phone and got on her motorbike and went off.
can you imagine that?
Broke this girl foot in 3 places.
Yeah, man.
That's the kind of country we're talking about. And I'm talking about live conversation. I'm not saying they say. I spoke with the victim. This girl lay on her back for more than 3 months
Yeah, man.
with country doctor fighting with her foot. So this is the kind of country. You ride a motorbike, no license plate. You ride in America, you see all the motorbikes on the street got license plate. Because that's the way you can, identify who that license plate belong to or who that motorbike belong to in the database. But you go to Liberia, the people say they get a children and motorbike, or license plate. They made the people go pay for the license plate, but they can't produce the license plate. That's a whole nother thing. I've
That's another
spoken with pen,
discussion by
yeah,
itself.
I've
Yeah.
spoken with payment boys. They
Mhm.
pay for the license plates and they can't get it. But I just payment boy, how about me who pay for license plate 4 different times in Liberia? I never got a license plate until I came to America. The next time I went, I saw somebody using the license plate that I pay for. So if that man commit that crime, what's gonna happen?
Gonna be on you.
They're gonna be looking for me. But that's the kind of broken down system country we have. So somebody's asking here. Let me just address this guy quick. He says that on this program is a political campaign platform. Just asking. Now, what is it here, Jonathan Yenetor, that you're asking about a political campaign platform? What is the campaign here? Did I tell you say I'm running to be representative or senator or president? No. What we're talking about here is the reality in the country.
The situation.
And you don't know this except you live in space
Lives in a
or
dream
except
world.
you're a supporter of the current situation.
We and Volcano, let me just help you there a little bit. Jonathan, we are concerned about the safety of our people. There is no campaign against a particular administration. One of the foremost responsibility of any responsible government is to what? Ensure the safety of its people. So if you have a country where people are even afraid to go to bed at night, that's a problem. If for you that is considered to be politics or campaigning for a political party, then maybe you need to rethink the definition of what you call political campaigning. And I'm sure as a nationalist, you will not be asking that kind of question. Are you
So
willing
think
to go to bed?
think about
When you
Rosalind
feel
Swakogo
secure?
Dennis too,
Ye- Yes,
who was complaining,
she did. A
who was
lawmaker,
complaining and had to move from place to place to
place
sleep.
to place.
Think about Yaka Koluba. Now somebody that Yaka can say it openly, I dare anybody to try me. I dare anybody to try me. That's why Yeke talks the way he talks. Because that's the kind of country that is now Liberia. You got to fight for yourself.
Did you see Senator Dillon yesterday in the Senate chambers? He declared a vote of no confidence in the Minister of Justice
And the
and the
police
Director
director.
of Police. He's absolutely right. Because if you guys sitting over there taking all these big salaries, a former prominent citizen of Liberia, official government, reach out to you to cry that my safety is in danger, and you fail to act, then what makes you a good justice minister? What made Patrick Sulu a good police director? That young woman died for no reason, only to take away her mother laptops and personal cell phones.
And they did that so they can cover up, make it seem as though, yeah, it's the cover that it was armed robbery. But think about it, Moses. What would be the redress in America if this girl died that kind of way? The family sues
Of course,
the police department
that's
for not
neglect.
responding.
Yeah, failure to act.
Yeah, but there would be no redress. There will be no redress. So Jefferson Koji comes now and say that, no, Mahena, you not think you're talking. I got American lawyers. Let me get draft favor, man. These are our international lawyers.
Yeah, it's begins a legal team. Oh.
The local one in your garden. Eh?
No, but you know, Volcano, don't forget now, Jefferson Koji is closer to George Weah. So there's a lot of free money over there. The government will
But
give him
but
money to
but my
fight his
question is,
case.
yeah, but where he filing the case? Where to
He's
file
going
a
to
case
file a
there
suit in the United States
against what is his name?
against
Verdia?
Conservative. Yeah, that's what he said, that they're
But
going to
Verdia
institute
said
the
if the
legal
situation
action.
Verdia said if the situation presented itself today, he will walk in there and he will file a lawsuit. He
So we
said
are
it.
waiting to see who is who now. Yeah, we are waiting to see who is who.
So Moses is 7:45. Thank you so much for joining us here tonight, guys. Ladies, we say thank you. Adiaha Umo, Ram Snowden, Thomas Awaji, welcome. Jonathan Yenator, welcome. Man, listen, stay on the platform, learn a little more, get enlightened. Because we don't run political campaigns here. We're running a campaign for Liberia's return to uh, status quo. And when I use the word status quo, meaning when we were in the good old days of our country, where we all had the peace and security and safety, and we could go anywhere without any hindrance and not be afraid. Alexander Hayes, thank you so much for joining us here, Raymond and Forjam you. 746 here, live in the Issues Room, our 136th edition. We are 131st rather edition. We're here broadcasting live Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and LinkedIn. We are here Tuesdays and Fridays. We hope that you can share the word and join us for every time we come here uh, to, you know, present to you these key issues. Moses, the next segment we want to go to is the national census. I will let you just give a synopsis of where
Mhm,
we were
mhm.
prior to this, because I totally, honestly, between me and you, I forgot about the census. In fact, I thought
I did.
this the squash it.
I
I
did.
thought the
Yeah.
squash it. I thought they were done with it. Only for a few days ago, when I saw the report out of a
Hmm.
preliminary census, you know, our speculated population was a little more than 5 million, and it was all in speculations.
Hmm.
And so they decided to build that speculation and also created some fake numbers in geographic locations because that's what it is. Uh, Thousands of the people uh, called in and said that they didn't see no enumerators, their houses were never marked, no one in their families, and we're talking across the country. So where are these numbers coming from, Moses?
And even before we start talking about the numbers, right, Volcano, let's go into a little bit of history because If you go into the history, that will help you to know what are the outcomes of the quote unquote census process, is acceptable or not. Okay. Um, in the latter part of I won't even yes, in the latter part of last year, there was this whole crisis regarding the census, leges. You know how the recruitment process went for enumerators. Authorities are leges. They put in place a recruitment process. They made people to submit to a public test. Those who sat the test, they said when the results were released, they went to places where they sat the test. They saw the names of individuals who never sat the test. And that whole thing became a crisis in Liberia.
And just to add quickly before you continue, it was marred by significant corruption. First of all,
Absolutely.
the legitimate people they didn't get paid,
No.
and so many things, and they inflicted the numbers of enumerators to pocket the monies.
Hmm.
Okay,
They told the guys that they were going to pay then, I think, well, $10 a day, 5 days is $50. So those who show up for the training also, stage protests because some of them went to places, unknown places, no feeding, no compensation. As a result, properties and equipment belonging to leges were seized. So that put the whole census situation into crisis. While we were dealing with that, Mr. One of the senior executives, a former senior executive, Ellis, who has currently fled to Ghana, talked to the airway of Spoon Talk, Spoon Communication Network, and dish out what was happening, how money was being moved from Leges account to unknown businesses and bank accounts in the Ivory Coast. The Minister of Finance, who having to be the chair of Leges, was accused of being the brain behind that. The current head of Leges is one of the individuals that was accused of engaging in malpractices. Mr.
and he
We are
still
removed.
maintained the job.
Mr. We are still meeting this guy as head. So someone who has been accused of engaging into criminal activities, alleged criminal activities, and you still retain him. So with all this crisis, people not being paid, equipment taken away, now you release a census report. Yesterday, they released this report that said that Liberia's population from 2008 up to now has increased to 5.2 million people. That's the current population of Liberia. Before, Liberia's population was was less than 5 million people. So this latest report shows like 3% increase in the population of the people of Liberia. Now, so I was looking at the numbers, Volcano, and let's do some math here and do some rational, analysis here. Bombing County, you and I know that Bombing County is one of the depopulated counties in Liberia. In 2008, that was during the administration of Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. When a census was conducted, Bombing's population was put at 82,036 82,036 people. That was the population there. They reported, or they just released census report shows that Bombing's population increased from a little over 82,000 to 133,668. When you go to Tottenham, what do you see there? The place deserted. And you come, you tell the people of
No,
Liberia,
Tottenham, I wouldn't say Tottenham is deserted. Tottenham sits in a major hub, business
mhm,
hub, Sierra
mhm,
Leone,
mhm,
Guinea.
mhm.
You got Lofa. So that part of the country, is kind of attached to a lot of commerce. But
Yeah,
I'm looking at the other places. But go ahead, go ahead.
but Volcano, look at the growth in the population. We're talking about more than 50,000 people here. Bombing was a little over 82,000 before. Now, the controversial census report shows that the population increased to more than 133, I mean, to more than 133,000 people. Let's go to Grand Crew County, one of the least developed, one of the most isolated counties. In 2008, the population of Grand Crew was a little over 57,000. According to yesterday's census report, the population increased to a little over 109,000 people. How possible can that be? How possible can that be? And all of this is happening when enumerators were telling people that, hey, we're not compensated, we're not working. The people are complaining, nobody came to our homes.
So
Let's go
so
to
stop
River
right
State.
there. So
Yeah,
stop right. Let me make this point.
yeah,
Right in Montserrat County, thousands and thousands of people have complained.
yeah.
Thousands and thousands of people have called most of the media outlets nationally and internationally
Mhm,
and said no one went to their house.
mhm,
No one marked their house. No one in their houses were counted.
mhm.
So in Montserrat County, where you got transportation,
Yeah.
where you able to get to places,
The
yeah,
nucleus of the country.
yeah,
Yeah.
that didn't happen. But where Grand Crew and River says, that's the point I want to make. Ancestors,
Yeah.
uh-huh.
A
Go ahead.
depopulated, a depopulated, a depopulated continent. River says. You go to Cestus. What do you see? Nobody.
That's the point I'm making. So the people say they see nobody. So now
Yeah.
where over there that
The
they will
ancestors
go?
that the enumerators will
Ancestors.
go to.
Go ahead.
And in 2008, the population of the entire River County was a little over 65,000 people. What did the people report? Leges. They increased that number to 90,000. 777,000.
Is the variance.
Yeah, a little over 90,000.
That's
Yeah,
what I'm
a
saying.
little
Yeah.
over 90. Yeah, So if you do the math, that they increase the number by a little over 25,000. You don't have to be, a magician. Just drive to Riverses. Go to Cestus. What do you see there? What do you see in that place? Now let's come to Monserrato. The
Oh no, stay on that
nucleus.
side. No, no, no. Don't count the Maserati yet. Maserati is the melting pot. Everybody's gonna fight for the votes. But what we are is doing, he building his side so they can say the man won the southeastern region by
Yeah.
these horrible inflicted numbers.
My man,
You understand me?
my
So
man,
let
the
that
train
go
number
on.
all over the place.
Yeah, leave Monrovia yet. Leave Monrovia yet. Go to Maryland, go to Sano, go to Grand Gita. Yeah, because the man, I think the point we are is trying to make here, and the people promise that they're gonna have a one-term election.
Mhm. Yeah.
They're not going nowhere. The one time, and that's it. Landslide. The people
Yeah.
declared landslide. Moluba Molu is bragging because they say they know how to win elections now.
Yeah.
You understand me? They know how to win elections. They say now Ellie alone know how to win elections. We know how to win elections now.
Yeah.
So when you see people being emphatic and saying that, listen, we got it, and it's a one-time deal. I don't care what you do, we got a one-time deal. So they're trying to to increase the population in those regions so that when
So
they
that,
put those
yeah,
numbers in the ballot box,
yeah,
pre-ballot, you know, they can say, oh, but yeah, but it matches what the census reported.
yeah.
That's all it
And
is.
and Volcano, right?
Mm-hmm.
All the numbers we are reporting, all the inflected numbers, they are coming from areas that are considered CDC stronghold. That go to Grand Julia County.
But I will let you come there. And another thought came quick. Another thing too, the
Yeah,
higher you increase your population, right?
yeah, yeah.
The more kids you can make out there in the international community for funding,
Of course.
for resources,
Mhm.
for support.
But how you allocate
Yeah,
resources in the country?
yeah.
The
But
more,
that's also your population you can put with the international community and say, hey, you see, we've grown this much, and
yeah,
listen, the chicken change here can cut it. You gotta do
yeah, you
this.
got to do
Yeah.
something. Mhm.
So it's a two-way street here, Moses. But go to Grand G there.
Yeah, let's go to Grand Judah. Grand Judah County, way up there, the East Coast, right?
Mm-hmm.
One of the most depopulated counties in 2008.
It's just beef for nothing. Grand G there, just beef for nothing.
Grand Judah is depopulated. Yeah, I went to Grand Judah before I came to the States, man. My man, that place was looking like especially this Red Root, that place was looking like a ghost town, you know?
I think that the
Uh,
Burkina Bees that they were checking because the Burkina Bees all in Grand G there and that they were the whole place. So I think that the Burkina Bees they were checking.
all
Go
the
ahead.
people, all the people from Grand Judah, but man, John Weah is their son, so that one part is not debatable. Okay, so they said, "Let's increase our people number." They took the number in 2008. The population of Grand Judah County was a little over 126,000. This time around, the census, the population increased to 200 to 216,000 and more.
So
More
Moses,
than 216,000.
so Moses, how do you account for when you're doing these? And let me put it this way: are we counting our citizens or are we counting foreigners? Are we counting everybody who we find in the country?
Well, that's a
Because
very,
that's the gray area here,
yeah,
and
that's
I've
that's a
always
very
thought
good
about
question.
it. So
That's
I want you to share and real quick, Ben O'Connor, any of you guys, please
yeah,
listen to the
we'll have
question
a
I'm
good
asking. I'm
understanding
coming,
of how
Moses.
this thing here will help us.
Yeah.
You can call
So
in
so
and,
this
and,
is
and
the
share with us. Yeah.
this is the question I have here. When the enumerators go, are they looking for the Liberian citizens, or are they counting everybody, including the Burkinabes, that are coming across the border to make coal and make farm in the country?
Well,
I need to understand because
yeah,
if somebody is not a resident, you can't count them. The
yeah.
man crossing the border every day, coming, going, then he can't be counted.
Like the writer indicated, right, Volcano, I would surmise that when the census is conducted, it takes into consideration individuals considered to be resident of the area, whether citizen or not, because they're going to give a breakdown. That in, take for example, say I live in Newcastle. If a census is conducted here, they're going to know the number of naturalized U.S. citizens in New County. They're going to know the number of residents, immigrants who are permanent residents. They're going to break that down as well. And when they talk about the
And
population,
stop,
that
and
would be
stop,
inclusive. Yeah, it's
yeah,
going to be inclusive.
and stop.
But they will break it down into segments.
Yeah. So you
You know?
said it,
Yeah.
citizens and resident, not
Yeah.
illegal.
No, no, no.
Because in America, I'm coming on. In America here, illegal
Mhm.
immigrants are not counted in our census though. Because where would they show up to be counted? You know they will pack the bag and get and send it back, right?
But
Moses, this
man,
is a serious matter.
Oh, forget it.
Yeah.
Do we have the means of determining who is illegal or not in
Well, I'm
Liberia?
just yeah. So I'm just you see what I'm saying, right? So I believe the American census is predicated on citizens and permanent resident taxpayers, right?
Yeah.
Right, Moses, if I'm right,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
all they say they have undocumented aliens in America more than 10 million, but I think it's an estimation of what they know.
Undocumented
But
people.
yeah, yeah, but I'm
We
not
gotta be
sure.
on Nigeria.
Yeah, I'm not sure how they arrive at that. But in the context of Liberia,
Yeah.
in the context of Liberia, how would they differentiate the guinea pig beginning coming with a pen pen? They coming all over lofa. They ride. They finish in the evening. They go back to Guinea.
Allah,
Eh? The other
Allah.
men in Burkina being crossing the border, coming, they making their farm and tea. They pack the tea in the evening. They cross the border. So
Yeah.
how are you? The Lebanese,
So
the Indians, then are in Liberia. You counting them too in the census?
yeah, and
You
then
know.
yeah, and you don't forget
So
the way
somebody
we
you gotta help us here. I want to
yeah
know how the people counted this census here.
how
Seriously.
the guy derive the number because
Uh-huh.
I'm sure you may have seen a lot of posts where people say they left these notes on on their doors. They say, hey, when you come, we are full in here. And because the people got tired waiting on them. You remember?
Hmm.
The
Yeah.
people were writing the numbers. They say,
Hmm.
oh my man, a 4 person living here. You don't have to wait for us.
So so we're all seeing the poor people. You just see the number on the wall.
Yes, a 4 person.
And our man Brown said if a Chinese I don't know what he was trying to say, if a Chinese speak
Can
fella
speak
or
better.
crown
Well, yeah.
and he or
He or
she
she
vote.
can vote
uh,
CDC.
so I mean the truth here is Moses,
Hmm.
why can we not get things right when it comes to this government?
My
And,
man.
and Moses, what bothers me is that you have educated people supporting these kinds of
Yeah.
flaws.
They justify it.
Yeah, these kinds of bad,
Hmm.
examples, throwing our country out here like we're some kind of idiots and we don't know what's best for us.
Man
Because
of
it's sad.
it is very sad.
It's sad. How can you do census from the onset when there were crises surrounding it? You delayed in getting it done in the first place. You asked for extension. The resources became available. You allow a few people inside the inner workings,
To take
including the
everything
board
for
chairman,
themselves. Yeah.
to fool around with the money. You don't do anything about it. And then you force it because now the pressure is on and the elections is down the road.
Yeah.
And then you intend now to skew these numbers, to inflate these numbers, so it makes believability that
Yeah.
when the outcome of the elections is presented, you can say that it correlates with the population in those geographical locations
Hmm.
as was presented by the leges.
Yeah.
This is how I am looking at it, and I don't think I'm the only one looking at it from this perspective. I'm believing that a lot of other people are looking at it from this perspective. But then, how do you address this now, Moses, in a larger context? How do you address this? I
I,
heard someone say that people, the opposition should sue to declare that these numbers are
be
fake,
rejected. Yeah.
and they should reject this preliminary and even whatever final count comes out. Because if this is just a preliminary, imagine when the final count comes out, when the final report is done. So you tell me, is there a move to make that the
Look,
opposition,
uh,
because they will be impacted by whatever stuff these guys are trying to do.
I would say that even this doesn't have to extend to the level of the opposition. Anyone who is a good leader, we're not talking about George Weah, who just sitting there, who just a face. We're talking about someone who knows how to lead. The entire census process was marred by dishonesty. So that in itself implies that any outcome is not credible. So the people need to reject this. Volcano, how do you increase the population of Grand Juliet from 126,000 to more than 200,000? That means that nobody died in the country. Now, what it implies?
Mhm.
The people are just procreating, but nobody died.
Mm.
Monserrato, County, that we consider the nucleus, the center of attraction. You say the population decreased. It did not grow significantly as compared to in Bomi, as compared to in Grand Bassa, as compared to in Reverses. Look at what it did for Margibi. Let me show you this data here. Look, this administration is so dishonest. Out of the areas where they have strong bases, those are the areas that you see significant increase. Look at here. Margibi County in 2008, the population of Margibi County was less than 200,000. This latest census report shows that the population of Margibi increased to more than 304,000. I mean, 304,000.
So let me play devil's advocate, and I like to do that. And the
Yeah.
reason why I play devil's advocate is because having gone to Liberia
Mm-hmm.
a lot and
Mm-hmm.
was recently there, I can say on the issue of Margibi County,
Mm-hmm.
that number can create some kind of
It makes some
acceptance.
sense. Okay.
Yes, and why I say that,
Mm-hmm.
because the demarcation now for Margibi County coming from the Pinsville side,
Mm-hmm.
it starts right after the Bethesda Mission School, if you
Mm-hmm.
remember.
Yeah.
So Margibi County starts from there because Pinsville is within Montserrat County,
Mm-hmm.
and almost everybody bought land in that area and are still buying land and
Mm-hmm.
are building, and so the place is increasing in population.
Okay.
I would agree on that.
Okay.
And if even they put a little 125,000 there, then I it. But yes,
Okay.
Margibi County, of any county in Liberia that is growing, it should be
Mm-hmm.
Margibi County. I'm not
Okay.
kidding you.
So
Anybody here tonight can agree with me because the
okay.
Ravensfield Highway is the new residential hub. Everybody moving on that side. Okay,
Okay.
a lot of
Mm-hmm.
people. Now on the other side of Montserrat County, going toward the
Mm-hmm.
Bombing County border
Mm-hmm.
around the Pearl River area,
Mm.
Lakere, Rakes Institute, all those places, people are buying that way. But for the
Okay.
Margibi side, Moses, I'm telling you, because a portion of Margibi is also in
Yeah,
Kakata area.
it's in yeah,
Kakata.
yeah.
So
Mm-hmm.
passing beyond Mount Barkley,
All the
Carisburg,
places.
going all the way after 15 gate, people are moving in that direction. So yeah, I would give it. Maybe they put a late 25, thousand on top of it. Just
Okay,
so, but yeah, but Margibi, yeah,
let's go to Grand Cape Mount Conner, and you go to Liberia on a consistent basis.
I went to Cape Mount.
When you go to Rouse Post, do you see people?
It's not that much. It's not that much. I would say it's not that much. But in the first place,
Rouse Post, let
but,
me
but, but Moses,
the
in the first place,
yeah.
Ravensburg is not a big city.
It's
I
not a
was
big city, but I'm just saying that the county is depopulated. And this number does not reflect the reality, right? Grand Cape Mount County in 2008, the population was less than 130,000 people. Now, Legis is reporting to us that the population of Grand Cape Mount County increased to a little over 178,000 people. Nobody died in Cape Mount. That's what Legis is telling us. Nobody died. The people are just procreating. The number just adding up. But when you watch activities in the county, you go to Singe, you can hardly see people. You go to Rawalsport, you can hardly see people. So all these people they're talking about in the county, where are they? Where are they, Volcano?
You know something interesting to Moses? We don't
Mhm.
even have statistics on death.
No,
We don't have no
no
statistics
statistics.
on death.
No, no.
How can we operate a country for more than 175 years of
No
existence?
statistics. Yeah,
We
no
don't have
statistics.
databases, a database rather on death, because
Because, like you
this
said,
is
the hospital should be documenting.
because this
You
is a
know,
part of our census.
yeah, there should be. There
What
should be
attribute that to the decrease in these other areas,
errors. Yeah,
and what attribute that to the growth in these
increase.
other
Yeah, or
areas?
errors. Yeah,
There
you
must
know.
be some kind of measurability around that.
And then just to add on to what you were
Is
saying, right,
Liberia really
Volcano?
a country? A country
Yeah.
that is operating within the context of what a country should be?
Mhm. And just to add on to what you were saying, right, Volcano?
No, Moses. This is
Yeah.
why Yeke Koluba said the place is an area. This place is an area because look at the common things. I know you coming in quick,
Yeah, yeah,
but
go
I'm
ahead.
just thinking about the common things. We don't even have a database for death.
No, not
We
there.
only estimate. We only guess.
Nobody tracks anything.
Go
And
ahead.
if you, for example, if you went to Liberia today, you say you want to know, you want the data on the number of Liberians that die as a result of COVID. Whoever the head of that particular department that you will be talking to, that person will panic like what we saw happening to the Minister of
The
Public
roof
Works.
callings.
Yes, because they don't have it. Nobody tracks anything.
But so it means these people just get paid for nothing. For
I mean,
nothing, they're not doing their job. Nobody's on top of them. Nobody gives a crap. No evaluation of the
mhm.
of the activities, of the deliverables. So this government just pays salaries for nothing.
But if the people are not going to work, even the president himself, he rarely goes to work. He never hold cabinet meetings. So who is he going to hold accountable? How do you run a country as president for over a year, no cabinet meeting? You go for a cabinet retreat and you ask the minister of information to come and tell you about happenings at the Ministry of Information within a period of 5 minutes. Is that realistic? How do you report on the activities of your ministry within 5 minutes? You go to a cabinet retreat, you come from there, no report. No report. So, how do you expect institutions to function? People just throw data at people. You know, the data is the process that led to the censor was marred by dishonesty. That in itself question the outcome of the census. The way forward, reject the whole report. It was just a waste of resources. A waste of resources.
I wouldn't even say it was a waste of resources when they pocketed the monies. Yeah, they pocketed most of the monies.
Yeah.
So what makes it a waste of resources? It was misused. The money was misused. And Alex William, you know, I
Yeah,
think
Ellis. Yeah, Ellis Williams. Yeah, you were
he was
on
on
the
Spoon
spoon. Yeah, Ellis
yesterday,
Williams. Yeah.
and he talked about
Hmm.
that you know everything he said manifested,
Hmm.
and people called. A lot of people called to say that nobody came here to count me, my head,
Can you
my
imagine?
children, my house was never marked, and then you giving numbers from the Leeward counties,
Yeah, and you showing significant increase.
especially yeah,
Yeah.
especially getting to those places, commuting to those places. Is like going in the Kalahari Desert, you know. So
Very
what do you
sad.
make of it? Make out of this? Because again, when people are beginning to speculate and make the 1 plus 1 2 and adding the two senses together, you tend to say yes. I think this makes sense that these numbers are thrown in there
Mhm.
so we can have some degree of correlation with the voting the count from the vote, and the final report to say, "Oh, Mister, we are won by landslide. He won the southeastern
The
block.
election, yeah.
Yeah, he won that whole region, and the smaller one they were fighting for in Monterey County, he took it, 20%, and we added now at one time. Election
Yeah,
over. You take it or you
yeah.
leave it.
My man.
You take it or you leave it.
Look, Volcano, the way forward. And again, there is no campaign against any individual, but I think Liberia needs a change in leadership. George Weah, the CDC, Mr. Weah and the CDC have failed Liberia in all sectors. The economy is in crisis. National security is in crisis. The administration has repeatedly failed to conduct a credible census, all because somebody wanted everything for him or herself.
Those are watching why he just threw him. He said the man counted some of us in the diaspora. They added us to the census.
Well, yeah, we in our census over Ghana, but I agree with Thomas.
Oh yeah,
We in
maybe
our
you may
census.
right. Maybe we no, we don't know. They
Look
call
at
the
it, all
bureau
in the number, man, no to
for
also.
census and statistics. Say how many Liberians in America? They say, oh, your man got 1.5.
They said, my
So
man, look at
break
the
it down
issue. Oh,
for
but
us.
my man, you poor for Canada and Moses and either.
The issue room in the Liberian census. But we only two men and so nothing much in the house there.
No, they went they put ash for Gary. They said, I'm here from Virginia, no police.
God.
They went to Spoon Talk.
They put they
They said, Kev, I'm sorry from Bobby Point.
but if there
You
anybody
do
who
back
should
on,
be in,
you do back on.
wait, Moses. If there's anybody who should be in the census from Spoon, it gotta be Kev. You got a government representation. So Kev gotta be in the Liberian census.
Yeah, the body man there, Dr. Francine, they said she from Cape Town, your poor there. You better not get throwing numbers all over the place. But look, this is
It's serious
laughable,
problem.
but it's a serious matter, yeah. It's laughable, Sometimes it's just good to laugh about these things. But it is sad. This is what Kofi would, just summarize it by saying that Liberia is in peril. The country is faced with a leadership crisis. And where all these things happen in Volcano, you still have this young man who has no clue in terms of what he's doing. He's sacrificing almost everything to be re-elected. You see, you see, you see how greed is bad?
Yeah, but again, when you look at it, it's the imperial. You are well dressed. He's butt naked, but the people are telling him he's well dressed. Baku, you
Yeah.
are the best president Liberia
Yeah.
has ever seen.
Hmm.
You know, you are the best president Liberia has ever seen. You are the man. But the people
Yeah.
who saying these things to him were nobody the other day.
No.
Now they've risen to prominence and they have tasted the lobster, they fly first class. You understand me?
Yeah.
They sleep in high-end hotels when they travel abroad. They travel with good amounts of money as per them. They're basking in the glory. So they don't want to let go.
Of course not.
We have repeatedly said it in personal, close friend, close knit circle. You're the one forcing me with this thing here. I don't want to do it. I can no longer do it. I'm not able to do it. But then when he come outside again, don't mind them. Don't mind them.
Well, Betty Rose, don't
Eh,
mind that. They hit me.
yeah, don't mind them.
Don't
So the
mind
man playing double standard with himself. I mean himself.
it.
Because he
Yeah,
knows he can't handle. My man, Liberia is no normal country. I'm telling you, Moses,
Yeah, very stressful to
Liberia
lead,
is no
man.
normal country. The country has nothing in place.
No system.
The small one that Ellen was trying to put in there, they have eroded everything.
Everything, yeah.
Moses, I say everything. I'm not saying some things. I say everything is eroded in Liberia.
No structure, my man.
And if anybody want to argue with it, go ahead. Because bottom line is, many of you guys who get educated here, you go to Liberia, you want to help with systems upgrade, systems perfection, system change. What to do to you? Don't bring your America thing here.
Hmm.
The next day you come, then I put something like Gamble C in your chair in the office. Just seeing the Gamble C alone, you buy your
He
band
said,
leave.
man, make you, yeah.
You get me? So
Yeah.
nothing is happening in the country
Nothing, man.
that will
Nothing is working
put the
out.
country back on its path.
Nothing is working out.
Every,
Nothing.
whatever country, every day, corruption, 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 money lost, people dying. Whatever country is it?
Eh, my man, what kind of country is this, Volcano?
You call that thing normal?
No, my man. Prominent citizens of the country, just dying under suspicious condition, my man. And no outcome? What kind of country is this?
What
Party
kind of country is
Miswa.
this? What kind of country is this? That a president who nothing wrong with him, he well in his spirit, in his mind, will leave the country for 49 days and go watch soccer.
Yeah,
What
go
type of
watch
country
first.
is
What
that,
kind of country
Moses?
is that, my man? And you are talking about president. Yeah, Mr. President, you said a real president. A very negative president, you said. Never in the history of Africa has any African leader left, his or her country for the level of day that you stay away. Don't
Moses,
you see the
what type
insecurity?
of country? What type of country is this?
Mm-hmm.
That a police director will go and sit in the chambers of
Mm-hmm.
the Senate and accuse a sitting senator
Yeah,
of
a
being
bit
security threat
threat. Yeah,
and walks away and even argue it and nothing comes out of it.
nothing comes from out there.
What type of country is this?
What type of country is this, Volcano? When the national police drum up a story about the discovery of arm and ammunition at the free port of Monrovia, and since that story broke, there has been no follow up.
Moses,
What kind
what
of
type of
country is
country is
this?
this? What type of country is this? Hmm?
Mhm.
What type of country is this that you have security? Who should be security for the country wearing regalias
Yeah, for the ruling
and
party.
party t-shirts and carrying arms
Mhm.
publicly
Yeah.
in the presence of democracy? Here's a man who's going to go receive petition to run again.
Mhm.
Where in this country, the United States of America or any other country, and the reason why we compare, because yes,
Mhm.
we came out of America. That's why we make the comparison.
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
because everything we look to America for it,
Mhm.
all of our developments, all of our intelligence, all of the things we've done with our country, we are copycat of America. Our
Yeah.
constitution, our flag, our streets, our government structure, all. Oh yes, American education, and all that. So what type of country is that?
And,
That you have security dressing up in partisans outfit and
yeah.
carrying gun.
Intimidating the ordinary people.
What type
Going
of country is this,
going
Moses?
to going to the communities, transporting the people from one place to another, going to the countries called for taking money and throwing it at people, buying souvenir for the people, only to show up in the numbers to prove to the world that this man is popular. What kind of country is this?
What
Isn't
type
that
of country is
insanity?
this, Moses? When you got the legislators cussing themselves,
Mhm.
yelling at each other, making no sense for anything. And
Yeah.
then the same legislators in the confirmation hearing try to pass people who don't meet the
The
qualification,
qualification,
and they
yeah.
want to make his to the point that it take, a criminal, because that's criminal, right? When
Yeah, it's criminal.
Wabudigi,
Yeah, yeah,
when
yeah.
Wabudigi
Yes.
invaded our citizenship
Yeah.
up to the time he was caught, and then turned around and gave him citizenship
And
with
giving
impunity.
citizenship. Yeah, yeah.
What type of country is
Country
this?
is this?
That a man who
Who
lied that
commit
he
a
had
crime? Yeah.
citizenship in your
Hmm.
country. He
Yeah.
held some of the most prestigious positions in the country until he was named to be chairman of the Elections Commission before it backfired. And then it came to light that he was no longer, I mean, he was never a citizen in the first place. He recently filed for citizenship.
And you give
Then you
it
turn
a
around and give him a citizenship. What type of country is
country
this?
is this?
What type of
That's true.
country is this?
I agree.
That this man who eluded the system, denigrated your system, bastardized your system, made you seem to be nothing. He enjoyed. And then you turn around and gave him citizenship with all persecuting him,
Hmm.
lock his behind up, and then ship him back to Nigeria. What type of country is
Is
this,
this?
Moses?
What type of country is this? When you set up an entity of government that will go after individuals that engage in malfeasance, the head of that institution, the late Batten Niswa, compile an audit report, took it to the to the former minister of state. He said, man, let the man go and come tomorrow. What type of country is this? The man goes home, the next day he's pronounced dead. And the very government comes and say, oh, well, the man was confused. He was intoxicated. He jumped to his death. What type of country is this?
What type of country is this, Moses? Moses, what type of country is this? When the first less than 6 months, $25 million walk away scot free. And only in few months, we see people building 49 condominiums, meaning the president and
Yeah.
his cronies. What type of country is
Country
this?
is
That
this?
they will sanction the international community, will sanction three of your important people in your government.
Yeah.
You decided that, okay, yes, I think the evidence show that these
Yeah.
people corrupt. You take them out of the position, but you do not persecute them, and you got the people all in your campaign, or I mean,
Yeah.
or what they call it, party acceptance,
Yeah.
partisan
Mhm.
petition, rather, your
Yeah,
petition
they
acceptance.
stay playing key role
Yeah,
in your party. Yeah.
yeah. When they told you, say, do not do business with this. What type of country is this,
Whatever
Moses?
country.
What?
Yeah. Whatever country is this, Volcano, that it will take a sitting senator of the United States from New Jersey to refer to your leadership as an autocracy, a government of thieves. What kind of country is this?
What type of country is this? The president had longed to come to America and pray that he would be in the presence of Biden. But the
Yeah.
country president only go sit down and watch football.
Yeah. Hey, my expertise now. You
What type
talking
of country is this? Eh? What type of country is this?
The man looking for photo ops opportunity, my man. What you talking
Then you
about?
telling the people, say, hey, I say, I can't come. He
Yeah,
came, then
yeah.
he hold a dog, Roxy, Roxy. And the horse he went to that right in New York, oh, not in
Yeah.
Florida. He was
Not a
within a
fly.
25-mile radius. But he made it seem as though, oh,
You are in
Roxy,
Florida.
Roxy, I see my, the dog said they didn't even remember him.
No.
What type of country is this, Moses?
I'm happy to be back home. What type of country is this?
What type of country is this that the sitting president will make music and throw hints at his people
Yeah.
and he stay in power?
Yeah. What type of country
What
is
type of
this?
country is this?
What type of country is this? When you have a minister of finance who thinks that he's the most And he's the most competent, he's the most intelligent, what things that he has absolute control over knowledge, and everything he says is nothing but falsehood. What type of country is this?
What type of country is this, Moses? When the only thing you hear is battle cry all day. Zegwe, Zegwe, Jose, yeah, Jose.
Jose,
To the
man.
point that anybody who's going to say something now, they got to interrupt them with this nonsense.
Yeah,
Every speaker got to get a jeer from these guys, all in the name of support.
yeah.
What type of country
Country
is
is
this?
this?
That's the only thing you hear.
In fact, you're talking about that. I mean, what type of country is this, right? When the government renovates a public school, which is something routine, to rededicate that renovated school, the government rallies seditionists all over the place to say, hey, we renovated Boston High School. What type of country is this?
But Moses, just one important one. What type of country is this? That the health minister has her own hospitals and clinics,
Yeah.
conflict of interest.
Mm-hmm.
The minister of education has
As
his
a
own
old
school,
school.
conflict of interest. And these people are still serving. The minister of agriculture
Mm-hmm.
owns her own agriculture business and farms,
Mm-hmm.
but they're still serving. What type of country is this with so many conflict of interest? And this president has done nothing about
Nothing.
it. What type of country is this?
And to add on, what type of country is this? Where you have a sitting senator from Montserrat County who should be advancing the cause of the county, but he's in the business of competing with businesses. He runs a trucking company. He's taking government contracts. What type of country is this? He brought in outdated bosses while the government runs the Monrovia Transit Authority, undermining the viability of the MTA. What type of country is this?
What type of country is this that the national hospital in the country, the John F. Kennedy Medical Center, is seizing, holding hostage its citizens who cannot afford
Yeah,
to pay the hospital bills, have pregnant women, mothers who give birth, languishing in the corridors of the hospital because they have not paid the bills to be
bills. Yeah.
released.
Mm-hmm.
What type of country is this
Country is
where
this?
there's no social services to give back to the people? What
What
type of country is this,
country is
Moses?
this?
That you will hold your own citizens in the public hospital because they can't afford to pay the bills. But you don't provide job for them. There's no healthcare insurance to cover those costs.
Mhm.
What type of country is this, Moses?
What type of country is this? When the former Minister of Justice, when the former Chair of the National Elections Commission, when the former Chief Justice of the country reaches out to the current Minister of Justice, to the police, and say, my family and I, our safety is in danger. But they choose to look the other way. In the process, she loses her daughter while the other one is being hospitalized on a critical list. What type of country is this?
Moses, what type of country is this? When we sell our or give and sell, put it that way, sell our passports to foreigners all over the world, and foreigners who are utilizing our passport for varying reasons, sometimes crimes, and that image is pinned on us. What type of country is this where we don't have a patriotic identity for ourselves and we don't hold to our own and we just give it away for free in the case of a Nwabu Diki? What type of country is this?
Is this?
You
And
give your passports away. You sell your birthrights away, your citizenship. You just sell it to people, all kinds of people who don't even have the complexions and the colors of the country, citizens. What type of people? What type of country is this?
What type of country is this? And let me ask you, Volcano, let's highlight the statement that came from Mr. Pay. He talked about Jefferson Koji. Can you highlight that?
Yeah, said man, the man bring foreign dignitary to dedicate him for.
What type of country is this? The Senate mayor suits up and invite foreign dignitaries to dedicate a hand pump.
Thomas
You
Awaji
invite
said, "What type of country is this when citizens are begging people in the diaspora for just
$10.
$10?
What type of
Ten
country is this,
dollars.
Thomas? What type of country is this? What type of country is this? Call him, my people. Tell us. What type of
Somebody
country is
say,
this?
Emmanuel here said, what type of country is this? The foreign minister has a passport store. That means he got a passport store and they're selling passport. Selling passport.
They basically own passport.
Yeah. But
What
Moses,
type of country is
what
this?
type of country is this? When the entire country, the students, the 12th grader take the national exam, everybody fail.
Nobody
What type of country is this?
What type of country is
Have you seen in a whole country, everybody fail in the national exams?
Yeah.
What
What
type
type
of
of
country
country
is this?
is
That
this?
means the preparation is poor.
Poor.
What type of country is this? That the whole country, everybody who took the national exam, they all fail. What type of country is this?
What type of country is this? That the president woke up one morning, he looked at the blue sky and impulsively declared that as of today, all public universities, including the University of Liberia, are tuition free. What type of country is it?
We're all looking at the consequences and what the cost associated, and they're still holding on to that theory.
Yeah.
So, but what type of country is this for
Country-
Faye Edward? He said the president makes time to produce music, but no time to speak to his people or
What
engage
type
the
of
press.
country is this?
What type
Like
of country is
that?
this? Thank you, Faye. Thank you. What type of country is this, my man?
What type of country is this,
Where
man?
are we going with this country, Moses?
Where are we? You know?
Where are we?
What type of country is this? When you have the president, wherever he goes to international conferences, when he mounts the podium, everybody is afraid that this man is going to come and embarrass the country. What type of country is this?
Thomas Awaji says, what type of country is this? That way you can catch malaria 3 times in 1 month. You're trying to get well, the malaria come back.
Thank you, Kami. How you, man?
3 times. 3 times. But what type of country is this? When we allow foreign countries to come in our territorial waters and catch our fish. I was watching a documentary on Al Jazeera.
Yeah.
And fish business is like the big thing in Senegal. And you remember the last time the Senegalese fishing boats were all in our waters.
Yeah.
But we can't even feed our people. We're selling fishes on our own market at astronomical prices.
Yeah.
But you got people coming in our territorial water, taking our fish, carry to Senegal, and then the president and his people get a cut. What type of country is this? When we don't take, we don't use our own resources for ourselves.
What type of country is this? When the president goes to the national legislature to deliver his State of the Nation address, and he tells the people, "Oh, I did not even know that the people in this country were making $45 a month. But you know why? We increased the money to $150 a month." What type of country is this?
That's why you always say the man has no clue. He has no clue. He has no clue.
No clue what happened here around him, my man.
So Boniface Hayes says here, What type of country is this when the police director has his own investigation team? So at the end of the day, what would be the result of the investigation?
Nothing will come
Okay,
from out of here,
what
man.
would be the result? Then Francis Ye says, what type of country is this when the president cannot have a press conference in 5 years?
Yes.
5 long years, no
What
press
type of
conference.
country is this when the president can hold a news conference, my man?
Yeah. But Moses, check this one out. What
Yeah.
type of country is this when the whole country has
Yeah.
only one fire service? One fire service is on Gurley Street,
And no fire truck.
Gurley and Ashmont Street intersection with one fire truck. What
What
type
type
of
of
country is
country
this?
is this?
One
Yeah.
fire station in the whole country. And you
Yeah.
and I read, right? We can check more than 20 fire
What are you
stations
talking
here.
about, man?
One fire station in the whole country.
Yeah, what type of
What
country
type
is
of
this?
country is this?
When you have emergency, you can't have ambulance from the state. What type of country is this? This is sad. What type
Rams
of
only said 3 ambulance. I'm not even sure, Ram, if there are 3 ambulance. I think that one.
where are the
Because
ambulances?
yeah, because when we're talking ambulance. They got the other little one that the union
No,
people
no,
using, that little small Range
that's not
Rover
what
Jeep.
we're talking
Yeah,
about.
they're not ambulance there. I think
Yeah.
that just serene car. Call it serene car.
They
But
wonder
listen,
when they wonder when the man is in crisis, everything is on board. Then we know that
yeah.
something happening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, what type of country is this when the chief administrator in the government, the solicitor general, and key officials are sanctioned for corruption, but yet they claim to be corrupt free?
Corrupt free. What type of country
What
is
type of
this,
country is
Edward
this?
Pay?
What type
I
of
mean,
country is
pay
this, Moses?
Edward.
What type of country is this?
Yeah.
The fire truck with no water and fuel. So Emmanuel here saying yes, and that's true. The
Yeah.
fire truck does not have fuel.
No.
And for you to get water again, they gotta go literally go to one little stream, take bucket to pour water in the tank. By the time they get to fill the tank out, the husband burning to ashes. What type of country is this?
What
And
type of
Moses,
country
listen,
is this,
we're
my
not
man?
saying this in a laughable manner. We're saying this
But
because
this
it
is
is
serious. This is a
absolute
serious
truth.
matter. Yeah. What type of country
We
is this?
didn't kill our own
Mhm.
ourselves. We didn't destroy our country, brought us to its knee,
Yeah.
and that the international community came and clean up and waive our debts
Mm-hmm.
for us now to be back in nearly $2 billion in debt.
Yeah.
Ellen left us with 900 million,
Mm-hmm.
and now we has taken us close to $2 billion.
Yeah.
And where are those monies? $2 billion is an incredible amount of money.
On that kind of
An incredible amount of money.
what type
Because
of country is this?
it's outside of our intake, our revenue intake in the country.
Of course.
You
Volcano.
understand me?
What type
It's
of country is
sad.
this?
It's sad.
That when the chief executive takes over the
Too
country
sad.
in less than
But Greta
6
Morris
months.
is too sad. It is
Too sad.
absolutely too sad. What
Eh,
type of country is this when it takes 5 hours to travel 1 mile stuck in the mud? What type of country is this?
What type of country is this, my man?
What type of country is this when you only have from David Junction to Broad Street, people got to get up 4 o'clock in the
In
morning
the
just to
morning,
make
my
it
man.
to town.
Can you
Just to
imagine?
make it to town.
So you
And
go to
and
town, you gotta be hanging around.
yeah, and trying to hurry up and beat the traffic. But in the
Yeah.
same token, what type of country is this that Lebanese man has serene, Pepe boys got serene,
Yeah.
every government official got
That's
serene, so
serene.
that even when the president comes, you can't distinguish who because serene is all in the
It's all
noise.
over the place. What type of
What type
country
of
is
country
this?
is this, Moses?
No one seems to be in control. When you have crisis, no one responds. What type of country is this? When you go to bed at night, you're not sure whether you are safe in the comfort of your home. What type of country is this? Pay Edward. My question remains: how did we get here? Where as president is a curse. What type of country is this?
Hmm.
Yeah, this is
What type
interesting,
of country is
Volcano.
this where the prisoner is fed by a foreign businessman. That's a good one.
Yeah, and now you
Like,
man,
yeah, Jetty.
Jetty, my man. Jetty is the one that feeding the prisoners.
What type of country is this?
Whatever country.
And you know what Prophet Key said?
No.
Jetty feeding the president then with Indian sumo. He said with the Lawrence. He said that food what Jetty then I put in front of the Indian god. Then I do all kind of sacrifice with it.
Yes,
And
the
one our
Yakata
president then
people.
eat it. That was both an inject person. That was Prophet Key was talking.
From the beginning,
What
I
type of country?
I tell you what.
I'm telling you, Alexander is right. What type
Yeah,
of country is this when the prisoners are fed by foreigners? But equally, let's go one step further, Moses. What
yeah,
type of country is this when the prison system shuts itself down and says we can't take no more people?
yeah,
You're free, you go. All of
yeah.
you
You're
commit
free.
crime, you go.
When
We
you
ain't got no
commit crime
space.
now, they say, my man, if you can't afford to feed a man, then the man gotta go.
But not only that, man gotta go. There's no more space, right?
Yeah,
Maryland
no
County, they
space.
told you.
Yeah,
No
no space.
space.
No space.
What
Yeah,
type of country is this? So
yeah,
how would the people increase in crime?
yeah.
How would the
So,
people increase in criminal activities? Because they
eh,
know that there's nowhere they're gonna put them, Moses.
of course, and what you said, Volcano, is one of the primary reasons why we have all this,
Increase in crime.
increase in crime. Everywhere you turn, there's violence, there's community violence, there's murder, because people who commit these crimes, they are not held liable.
Or
Where do
I
you
hear
keep
the one.
them?
I hear the one. Ram studies in Maryborough running also.
Really? For what?
What type of country is this when Maryborough said running for president?
Running to be president?
Well, Moses, we
There
leave
wa-
it from here at 9 o'clock, my
but
man.
man, there
Let's
was
keep
one time,
asking the question.
there was one
Let's keep
time
asking
when
the
Jefferson got your job, she said she want to be president too.
question. What type of country is this,
What
Moses?
type of country is this, man?
When you send your money to Liberia,
Yes.
you go to Western Union in the bank,
Yeah.
and the people tell you, say, oh, the money here you send, they 1,000 tomorrow. So before we give it to you, because we can't give you all the money, the small one we got from Central Bank, it's too
Yeah.
small, so we can't give you. Also, just find something. Let me go in the corner there and talk to the manager so we can give you. Then you say, okay, what is small money? Oh, just make it like 50. No, I can't give you. Man, then you're not getting money.
You
What type
got
of
to
country is this?
what type of
Open
country is this?
corruption.
You got to negotiate
Negotiate your own
your
money.
own money, oh,
Your money you send, you pay the sending fee, then you got to go there and
and
negotiate to
bribe
get
the
your own
people.
money because they claim that the amount is too much and other people are there, the people who came for 50, little 100, but the money they got is small, so you got to bribe. What type of country is
What type of
this?
country is this?
And the
What type of
corruption is
country is
so
this?
open. What type of country is this?
Yeah, corruption, malfeasance is normalized. What type of country is this? That people have made dishonesty a way of life.
What type of country is this when death and killing is like normal now?
Yes. What type of country is this?
What type of country is this, Moses?
What type of country is this? My heart goes off to the former
Hey,
Chief
Edward said,
Justice.
what type of country is this where you can tell a policeman to leave his post and be your bodyguard for weeks and he agrees? I like this guy, man. I like the Edward.
Hello, paper, man, you good. My man, them never desire post and follow you wherever you go.
It would be like Jesus telling and declaring, getting his disciple, and
Yeah.
wherever you go, I will follow you.
It's all be where you jig.
Let me read it again. What type of country is this where you can tell a policeman, literally tell a policeman, leave your post
And
and
be
be my
a
bodyguard
bodyguard
for
for
weeks,
weeks.
and he will
And he
agree and follow
agrees.
you?
Can you
What type
imagine?
of country is this?
What type of
Thomas
country
Awaji
is this?
says, what type of country is this where people have to hide their cell phones in their underwear? Thomas Awaji, they boy, he made me laugh too much. To avoid theft. Can you imagine what type of country is this that you gotta hide your cell phone in your underwear
Can you imagine that, my man?
to avoid it being stolen? What type
Man,
of
you don't
country
want
is
everyone
this?
to see yourself, my man.
What type of country is this? President Yese, what type of country is this when the justice minister said the prisoners are eating dry rice because of lack of funds? so, So no soup.
He said, my man, no food to feed the people.
No, but no soup. The man, at least they eating dry rice. That berry. Was they remember berry?
Yeah, the people eating the thing with salt, man.
So whatever the justice minister justifying that the prisoners are eating dry rice because of the lack of corn. No soup. Huh? But listen to this one. Ramsdale said, whatever country is this when motorbike riders are more than the military?
Everybody hustling, man. Whatever country is this?
The whole country military. Only 2,000 in the military, but the motorbike rider in the more than 300,000 or more.
Everywhere you go, my man, you got motorcycle.
And my man say again, what type of country is this when citizens of the country is called Decembrists?
That no boy will leave from the states and go back with the
for Christmas and New Year.
December they in the town.
Ted Banks says, what type of country is this when police can see you drinking a beer while driving and ask you for something to drink?
What type of country is this?
But no, he's not telling you no lie.
That's true.
We were in Liberia one night. We got to Earlevy Junction. My family man was in the front. I was driving. He had a Guinness. So the man sitting down drinking a Guinness. I'm driving. We got to the checkpoint. Then the officer said, damn, my man, you're enjoying to know. What my own? Listen, what my own? And the man had just, because I had a lot of bottle on the way leaving now. So he had taken, I think, maybe 2 or 3 sips. So it was like almost to the middle. The man said, my man, I don't know what guy in my hand. But he said, but they gave it to me, my man. My second, the man told the man bottle. He said, okay, on.
Can you imagine, my man?
What type of country is that?
Driving under the influence or the message, my man, just right or give me B.
Jesus. He ever come back again, he said, what type of country is this? When women have to protect weak from motorcyclists snatching it. So your weak will hit a motorcyclist, he will snatch your weak.
Yeah, because the guy that will carry your weed for your
hair. My man, most of those guys are jacking anything they can get their hands on.
Wow.
And when you see them coming in your direction, just be on your guard. Just be on your guard. This is not passenger thing again. Be on your guard. But that one was funny that the motorbike riders are more than the military in the country, my man. What type of country is this?
But my man, even the one where the women, being afraid that we will be taking that way.
But how about you putting cell phone in your underwear? And then
you're in public place, your cell phone ring, my man. You looking for a bathroom to go into.
Your cell phone ringing and people looking around say, but
where the noise coming from? The job we are, bro.
But Moses, here's another one. What type of country is this? People having crusade, praising the Lord.
Yeah.
And marauding beasts, I call them.
Yeah.
Killers, armed robbers, storms the place, causing a stampede.
Maybe people to die in
people,
the numbers,
children,
my
women.
man. Yeah.
What type of country is this?
What type of country is this? Where is the peace? What type of country is this? What type of country is this?
What type of country is this? Even witchcraft no more gave you food in your sleep.
You got a witchcraft, I ain't get it, my man.
No more food.
Everybody got me, my man.
Everybody got me, eh? Everybody got me.
Before the man used to say, my man, I'll give it to the man in there, but my man, nothing to give. I can give it to the man in there.
Tell Banks come back again and say, what type of country is this where every young girl wants an iPhone, even if they can't afford putting data in it? A man guy who experience.
Yeah. The man only require the kids of seeing it, but man. You want iPhone, but you're not working.
and iPhone is so sophisticated, so how you put data in?
And you boy, I just want iPhone.
Moses, I think,
Whatever
I think, I think,
conversation.
I think I got a kick on this, man. Listen, ladies and
Yeah,
gentlemen, y'all, thank you so much. But
it was a
in
fun.
reality, in
Yeah.
reality, this is what it is, and this is not, it's not going anywhere. Again, if the Liberian people don't focus on what the importance to get our country changed, corruption, lawlessness, and no sense of direction, according to Pierre Edward, it is serious chaos. It is, and listen, I don't have any problem. I've said this from the day I came on social media platform to discuss Liberia and discuss the things that matter to our country. I have no problem with President Weah as a human being. I don't envy him. I don't have any hate in my heart for him. But I've always said, Moses, and I remain firm on this, that the irresponsible nature of how he governing this country, leading this country, the things that he lacks to do for our country that he cannot do, and he can do because he has overwhelming majority in support of him, and he has failed to do. That's what I have the problem with. We cannot tell me from the day he took office that he cannot reshuffle his government to bring some fresh blood, to bring some new breed. We're not asking you to take people from the diaspora, but you got some well-meaning Liberians who have gone to school and learned, and they really want to contribute to the country. But you sideline these people. You came there, you met some people who were technocrats in the areas in those ministries and agencies. You laid them off and put a lot of buffoons, a lot of fools in those positions, all because of patronage,
Yeah,
political
political
patronage.
patronage. Yeah.
And here we are today. If even you have blessed some of those people, brought them to the limelight for 2 years, and say, "Hey guys, you guys are a little small now. Let me put the real people who got to move our country." It's understandable, but to just have this lackadaisical nature to everything, and you think that is normal for us? You think that we should accept it?
Hmm.
This is not fair to the Liberian people.
Absolutely.
And if some of them still want to be in this conundrum, it's on them. It's on
Mm.
them. But the truth here is that is why the Issues Room is an enlightening platform. The things that we talked about today in a jovial way, these are the stark realities of the things happening in our country. And you and I know that, Moses. Many of the folks here who
Absolutely.
are listening for and against, however you want to put it, it is the reality, and you cannot change that
Hmm.
by just naysaying, by just, pat on the back. It has to come with work, with effort, with desire to want to make a change. And we can expect that it's not going to happen without everyone being concerned to restore our country. And again, all of our broadcasts going forward is pointed to October 10th. This conversation, again, aligns with October 10th. And we are hoping that those of you who will go to the polls to vote will see reasons to rescue Liberia, because we don't have enough time, Moses.
No.
We don't have enough time. Our neighbors are moving forward. The continent is changing day by day, but we are still stuck in this quicksand.
Yeah.
Your
You
closing
said it.
statement.
Yeah, you said it. You said it very well too. And I would like to join you by saying that, like you, is the same way I feel. When I lived in Liberia, when Mr. Weah was playing soccer.
Listen, man, the other man, I put away. Read it, Moses.
Let me see what a mess man.
Whatever country is this when grandma dressing sexy at night for survival?
Yeah, tell you, man. Yeah, you know, Mr. Weah's inability to lead has contributed significantly to prostitution in Liberia. The hardship. Most of our sisters are exploited. How do you expect a family of four to survive on a salary of $50? Someone coming from the Ministry of Information. If that man has daughters, what do you think will happen? They will prostitute. His wife will prostitute because the family has to live. The first law of nature is self-preservation. So if they would do anything they can to live, they would do it. So prostitution has become normalized. Dishonesty has become normalized because of hardship, bad governance. Anything manners bad governance. I stand with George Weah on that. When it comes to soccer, he's my man. I love him to death. I will support Mr. Weah when it comes to sports. But when it comes to leadership, there's a huge gap. He's not my man on that. Because Volcano, this is about Liberia. Ain't no friendship thing here. The man is just not up to the task. He's a failure in all aspects of leadership. I hope our people will try to do, a critical review of some of these things that we say. We're not saying it because we want jobs in Liberia or we hate somebody. No, we are saying it that our people made an error in 2017, and that error can be recorrected this year. Come October the 10th. If the people of Liberia fail to correct that error, Liberia will go down. Mr. Weah is not up to the task. He's a failure. All the people you see around here, they don't love the country. They are all concerned about the personal egos. Greed is what killing Liberia. Samuel Twe doesn't love Liberia. Kimaya doesn't love Liberia. Musa Dane does not love Liberia. Abache does not love Liberia. Sir Joseph does not love Liberia. All the guys who consider themselves die-hard supporters of the Weah administration, those people do not love Liberia. They are all in it for themselves. George Weah has to be shown the door. It's not because of hatred. He's just not up to the task.
All right, Moses.
And let me wrap it by saying thank you for coming. To all of you, our many viewers, we had a great show. And I like the fun aspect of it. And your contributions were very meaningful. We really appreciate it. So enjoy your weekend, Volcano. That take time off, man, and rest. It was a very interesting show. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you,
Mhm.
Moses. Quickly, let me just say, Fergie you, Thomas Awaji, thanks to you guys for coming through here tonight. Raymond Clark, Alexander, Boniface, Emmanuel Hayes, thank you so much for your contribution. Jonathan Yanato, come back again. Adia Umu, thank you. Thank you. Come back again. Ram Snodden, it was good having you. Ahmad Freeman, it was good having you. Flomo Livingston, Ben O'Connor. Just like to say thank you to Namiento, Nino Brown, Mapu Hall, um, just a lot of you who showed up here tonight. Francis Ye, say thank you for showing up here, my brother. It's been a while. Vivian Willard, good to see you as well here in the issues room. Pay Edward, and keep those fun coming. Tyrone Moba, also thank you so much for coming and contributing. Bloje Kondo, it was good seeing you, Bloje. Thank you. Thank you for joining us. My Greta Yangbe Morris, it was good seeing you. Good, good. Stop by again, Mrs. Morris, to the issues room. P. Edward, Good stuff, my brother. Good stuff. Ted Banks, thank you. Thank you for showing up as well. All of you who made the time to come here. Jatu Sia Morris, sadly, you got in a little late, or maybe you've been there a while, but thank you so much. Again, we say thank you. Join the Issues Room Tuesdays and Fridays, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Here, don't be a stranger, like Thomas Awaji says. Share the link, invite someone to like us, love us. This is where we discuss the things that matter pertinent to our country, but to Africa and the Black diaspora. We'll be back here again on Friday, God's willing. Thank you all. Have a great weekend. Great show, great audience, great conversation. See you all. Thank you.